Okay.
Worth further study. The nuts, I got a...
2 kobolds.
The nuts, I got a 27.
Okay. From these, you learn that, well, you can cook them. And they actually turn kind of fluffy.
Mm-hmm.
You can't really tell if they have any real medical properties or anything.
Yeah.
Not with your limited sample. But you can tell that they have almost no flavor.
Yeah.
But aren't poisonous.
Okay. Sand, I got 26.
It's sand.
What kind of sand? What, like, you know, what is in it?
Sand.
Is it like made from bones, or is it like really found?
It's a mixture of bone, silica, rock. It's sand.
Okay. No, it's good to see things are still the same. Bark, I got an 11.
Okay. It's part of a tree. Although
Like,
it's
can we burn
although
it?
you do notice that its sap is really sticky. And yes, you can burn it.
It doesn't release any harmful fumes or anything.
No. It's smoky, but that's just because it's like fresh wood.
Okay, yeah. 11 for the leaves.
Okay, you learn that these leaves are kind of leafy.
Is that it?
There's a burnable.
Well, they're green.
Okay, so they're not like poison ivy or anything. Like you touch them, you're gonna sting or anything.
No.
They're just a leaf.
Just
Yep,
leave.
it's a leaf.
13 on the crab shell.
It's crab.
It's just a
Okay.
freaking giant crab.
21 on the giant mantis shell.
Okay, it's a giant mantis.
I'm guessing that involves like scraping away the meat inside and making sure that's edible.
You do learn something interesting though.
Yeah.
The mantis shell itself is multiple layers of chitin and like a bony plate.
Mm-hmm.
The armor itself could probably actually be. You could probably actually cut it up and actually refit it into an actual armor.
Okay. I set that aside and I make a mental note to go speak to the Dark Elves that can we borrow the giant mantis shell once, you know, you've scooped out the inside so we can actually use it for armor. And the carapace shell that they found was a 12.
Okay.
The extra little bit that the mantis was originally apparently chewing out of.
Okay, yeah. What you learn from this shell is, like the mantis, it is armored carapace. And you actually find residue of some kind of sticky substance which on the fingers makes them kind of numb.
Right. Ant's either going to call you or me later.
Okay.
Can I borrow the big fan?
That's okay.
Is it just the fan on the...
Yeah, it's just the fan on the actual graphics card which is gone. Why is it when someone ever comes into my room you have to climb into my lap? Are you trying to guard me from strange incomers?
Purr for us.
Hello, Smouse. Yes. You get a slight sticky residue off the yellow and black carapace.
So is this like...
It kind of numbs your fingers a little.
So I basically assume that's what the mantis used.
No, it's definitely not from the mantis.
Oh. So it's got a contact poison anesthetic? I'm gonna note down the sticky residue for separate investigation.
Ouch! Ouch! Cat. Less of the stabbing.
I'm gonna investigate the actual residue properly on its own. 1d20 plus 8. And I get a 13.
This would be a heal check, by the way.
Oh, sorry. If it's a heal check, then it's a lot less. The heal check is only a 5 plus 1, so that's a 1d20 plus 6. Sorry.
Alright, so go on, roll your heal check.
Hang on. This is why you play a motherfucking expert. 16.
16.
Yep.
Okay, whatever this was a poison of some description. Whatever it is has an adverse effect on nerves. You reckon that with enough of it, you could probably paralyze someone.
Right, so anything that's got yellow and black stripes is covered in a poison that paralyzes stuff.
Although your heal check does reveal the fact that most of this substance was on the inside of the sample, so what's probably happened here is where the creature was killed, it's actually had its internal poison sacs broken.
Oh, okay.
So
well, that was probably from the claws.
So it's not. You don't reckon a creature is coated in poison. You just reckon it had access to poison.
Okay. Well, once several hours later, once I do all this, I'm going to report all of this to McKellen.
The sand is sand.
The sand is sand. The trees are trees. The wood is wood.
No. Hey. At least we now know we have a regular supply of raw materials to make glass if we have to.
Leaves are leaves.
Oh, and apparently, if you heat some of the mantis over an open flame long enough, it goes rather clear and tastes something like chicken, but not quite. More tangy.
Okay, so the actual giant mantis is edible.
Yes, you can eat giant mantis.
Okay.
Tastes just like chicken. Find more of the giant mantis.
Watch out for anything yellow.
Okay.
If it's yellow, let it mellow.
Unless it tries to go unmellow on us, in which case, kill it with fire.
Alright. So, I'm gonna assume that you went on patrol with your Dark Elf cousins and you sat down to do all your...
Negotiating, ate some crab meat. Delicious.
Do you want to do another survival check?
Sure, might as well while I'm out there trying to find out what else is actually out here other than the crabs and the bugs that we're finding so far. So that'd be... let me double check that. That'd be a spot, then? It
will be a track survival.
Oh, that'd be a survival, so that's a 7 then. 1d20 plus 7. Woo!
Okay. The traces are faint and they are old, but you do detect multiple sets of humanoid footprints.
Ooh. That'd be something definitely worth noting and coming back to camp with.
Yeah, they are definitely old though. You don't, judging by the leaf litter and stuff like that that's in the prints, you reckon that these are at least almost a week old.
Yeah, I would report that to my fellow Dark Elves and then go back actually to just in time to hear the end of Captain Burnett report to say that...
What? What the fuck did you just call me?
Captain Burnett.
Well,
most you're just burning things. You're Captain Burnett now.
My name is Edward.
Eggwist?
Nice to know, Captain Burnett.
Okay. Well, to be honest, a lot of your early alchemy stuff is going to be burn it, lick it, chew it, see if it kills anything. Wait, peasant, chew on this root and tell me what happens.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ugh, fun.
Okay,
well, that didn't turn out good.
Dies. Uh-oh, hide the body.
Sorry about that.
Yeah,
so yeah, as Edwin gets done with his little report, she walks in and kind of goes, so by the way, we finally found something interesting out in the woods. There's apparently some humanoid trails going through the area that they've been touched for a couple of weeks, but they are out there.
My bad. The tracks. Clawed feet and marks which suggest tails.
Oh, They're upright humanoid, but they have clawed feet and possibly tails.
Mm-hmm.
Should I roll a nature check to see if I know what kind of creature this could be?
It wouldn't come under nature, no.
No, but then what would it come under?
You know what? I'm not entirely sure. What do humanoids come under? Let's see. It's. Give me a second. I just need to look up.
Because I've got a feeling I know what it is, but not in character.
Oh, what's your guess, by the way? I'm looking up the knowledge skill.
It's like Sahagween or Lizardmen.
Kind of. Okay, knowledge. Why is the knowledge scores in here so hard to find? Knowledge, here we are. Operations, Cameron, engineers, blah blah, dragons, blah blah blah, land, terrain, climates, people, royalty wars, blah 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 blah.
Royalty laws?
Monstrous humanoids. Actually, come to think of it, it comes under nature, actually.
Aha!
So, 1d20 plus 8. Let's see if I don't fuck it. I get a 12.
I'd prefer... Matt was the one who actually saw the track, so I'm pretty much sure that only Matt can really identify them.
Oh, so I should do.
Okay, so
nature.
I don't know of any. So I don't know of any animal any humanoid that's got clawed feet and a tail.
Yeah, you can identify it as some kind of aquatic beastie.
Okay.
Actually, I do have a knowledge nature. Okay, so yeah, I got +6 to this.
Let's see. What did you get, Lucas? You got a 12.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a minute.
Yeah, let's see what Matt gets because he'll probably get better anyway.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So he comes back and reports. By the way, there's like fucking lizard men in these woods.
Okay. Okay. Right. You identify it as a scum.
Scum?
A scum.
Fuck. Wait, those are underground. Interesting. They would actually need knowledge engineering.
Give me a second. Bum, 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 bum.
I didn't
Right.
realize some had tails.
You do.
Okay.
Right.
I can't
Let's see,
honestly
give me a
say I've
second.
ever encountered scum, so what are scum?
21. Tell you what I get to touch. Tell you a few things. Okay. Scum are amphibious humanoids. Standing slightly taller and wider than a man, but still of medium size. They are aquatic in nature and can swim faster than a man can walk.
Okay,
They are
so we're staying the hell out of the water.
Okay, they are highly ferocious and tend to attack with both sharpened incisor teeth and claws, which they have a habit of grabbing hold and rending through their opponent with surprising amount of almost superhuman strength.
We're staying out of the goddamn water. Absolutely goddamn right.
Now you see, I'd agree with that if they weren't amphibious.
Well, because they're amphibious, you disagree with staying in, or not getting in the water.
Yes, because not getting in the water is not going to save us. I propose we
Staying the
start
hell out of
living
the water
in the
will keep us
treetops.
from being trapped by the damn things. and
Oh yeah.
living by.
Let's see. I can tell you one more thing with your score. They have superior night vision than humans, but not as much as a dark elf. About half. They can see clearly in the dark at about half the range of a dark elf can.
So in other words, if they're foolish enough, we could probably spot them.
Okay.
How much daylight's actually left?
Well, you got here about midday. You spent an hour freaking around with that, and then probably close to about another 2 or 3 hours. You're getting slowly heading towards evening. The sun is now starting to set deeper into the sky, and the light's slowly starting to push. Out the shadows. If it helps, the noise from the forest it's started to get louder.
Well, so at least I've reported all my findings to McKellen, so at least we know what's edible and what isn't.
And explain noise from forest getting louder.
Insect noises,
Okay.
just
standard
general.
nature stuff, not actually getting closer.
Yeah,
Okay.
standard nature stuff. Okay, yeah, we're dealing with giant bugs. It'll be a
Okay.
little nerve-wracking, but it's not going to be anything massive yet.
Okay. The trees attack you.
Fucking Traians.
Fucking ants, kill them. No. So
And that's
yeah.
when I set the entire forest on fire and say, "Smeg this."
Yes, actually, do we have any wasps with us?
What you mean? What's it of the Empire?
Yep.
Not very many. No, most. You probably have about 20 citizens. Maybe. No, sorry. Give me a second. You probably have less than 100 citizens that are from the Wasp Empire.
Yeah, but they can all fucking, burn and cleave our way through this forest.
They're civilians, not military.
But they can still cause fire from their hand.
Yeah, some of them can, not all of them.
Well, we get the ones that can and start burning a road inland.
Yes, let's set
Slash
fire
and
to the
burn.
forest.
That's
one
a great
did-
idea. Let's start the forest on fire. That won't grab anyone's attention or cause any accidents that could.
It'll drive things away, or scare the scum off, that's for sure.
Well, with your reports, what the military commanders actually decided to do is set out work details to gather up the ground nuts that are from the trees as a secondary, like a supplementary food source.
Yeah.
And he's requested that the
Yeah.
Dark Elves ride, get rest during the day and ride perimeter at night in case something tries to sneak up on, if any of these scum creatures try to sneak up them in the night.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we're going to be definitely watching the water and probably definitely watching the forest since that's where we found their tracks.
Okay. Do you want to just wait until morning, or do you want to try and do something else tonight?
I don't believe I've got anything else to do for the evening. I mean, I've done all my little investigation. I've investigated the routes. We got the foods. Actually, hang on. I'm gonna drop one set of rations
Okay.
as I eat,
By the
as
way,
I have dinner. So I drop one set of rations.
By the way, everyone's going to have to use up at least a water skin of water, or you're going to start dehydrating.
Okay.
Okay. I drink my water skin of water and I fill it from my barrel.
Damn barrel.
Okay, the scum which was hiding in the barrel attacks you.
How the fuck did he even get there?
He is an elite ninja.
About time. I was waiting for my pizza.
Yeah, no, you're good. Okay. So, yeah. Okay, right. So, everyone's crossed off some water. You found a supplementary supply of food for the people, although it's not going to last too long. No water, no shelter, no... Okay, right. Let me roll.
12 people die in the night.
Everyone dies.
Oh, jeez.
Good. Boogery.
29 people dead. Wow.
Are any of you on night watch, or are you taking rest?
I'm sleeping. I'm like...
I'm on the Dark Elves, so I'm probably with the Night Watch.
Okay. To be honest, you've been been requested to actually join the exploration team. So if you agree to that, then they'll probably actually ask you to, rest.
Rest at some point, yeah.
Okay. But then again, you only need, I think it's 8 hours of meditation.
8 hours? No, try 1 hour, dude.
Something like that.
Try 8 hour.
Yeah, it's marked in your elven it's marked somewhere in elf.
Yep.
Okay,
I
right.
looked it up for Elin, so I already know that.
But you still sleep.
She takes an hour's rest, yeah.
You
Okay.
still essentially are asleep for that time.
More or less.
Reports come. Okay, morning breaks. and no one died. So before you start that, although some of the night sentries did depict something moving out in the water.
That can't be good.
And considering that that was quite far out in the water, that was probably something very large. Night conditions, there are 3 moons to this world.
Extremely bright, then.
2 of them are crescent moons currently. So, what was it? Well, 1 on each side. So one's a left-hand crescent, one's a right-hand crescent. And one of them is
so
pure
it's like the Mickey
bright,
Mouse symbol.
and one of them is pure bright red.
Ah, no.
Okay.
It's the blood moon.
You don't play Terraria, you don't get me that reference.
Terraria? No, I was referencing Elder Evils.
Ah, no, it's not that. Okay.
I was referencing
yeah.
the frick. I was referencing the. He was like, "Oh shit!" Out of the frying pan into the fire.
Okay. So, morning breaks, and everyone starts preparing morning meals, gathering firewoods,
Digging latrines.
digging latrines, yes, but doing everything they need to do to make this a temporary camp for this amount of people. Although, for this amount of people, it's going to get messy here.
Oh, we're
really
not
soon.
actually moving deeper inland.
No, they don't have anywhere to move them to be honest. Not yet.
Not without some scouting.
Already, some of the earlier scouting parties are spreading out and heading in different directions. The majority of them are heading... No, it's okay. The majority of them are heading inland. So, the question comes in... do you want... which direction do you kind of want to go? I mean, you can head into the forest in one direction or the other. Like further inland towards the mountains, cut off at a different angle if you choose, because I got a map, you see, I can check. You can head down the beach in either direction, or you could even try and construct a raft and go out to one of those smaller islands.
There are smaller islands? Didn't notice those.
I did tell you that you can see in
You
the
mentioned other smaller islands.
although I did
there
say...
also seems to be a bunch of massive things out in the water, so I'm not entirely sure we want to try
However,
and risk that.
it is shallow.
Look,
if there is
they
something
order a
massive,
boat and go out in it.
if there is something massive in the water, it can't get that close to the beach because the beach is like fucking shallow as all hell.
But he's
Oh,
also
yeah,
talking about going out to one of the smaller islands, to which I say there's massive shit in that water. Not sure we want to risk going out to the island just yet unless we got a freaking ship with cannons.
Okay, you can see 2 tentacles come out of the water. One is holding a wristwatch and the other one is pointing to it.
What?
We're gonna go into the water sooner or later, so you know.
No. Run the opposite direction.
I go find McKellen.
Okay.
I'm not gonna stop bothering this NPC, dude.
Okay. Well, he's basically organizing some freshly drafted recruits into digging latrines.
I clasp my hands politely and go, Mr. McKellen, sir.
What do you want?
I would like to, as a sort of a geographical expert, I would like to propose an expedition.
Off you go.
No. You see, this will be a bit more intensive expedition because it'll be a bit further than what we're used to. And it's not more investigating the local area, but investigating a certain feature to ensure the long-term safety of this little settlement we're establishing here.
Just get out of it. Just get on with it. I don't have a lot of time here. We have stuff to do and people to look after. I can't sit here and dilly-dally about your problems all day.
We're gonna need a small unit to make sure that volcano's not gonna blow up anytime soon, and I point out the mountain range and, you know, pour lava and kill us all.
Uh-huh. So what you're saying is, on the day after we've arrived here, you want me to issue you supplies, equipment, and whatever trained men I can for you to traipse through a heavy jungle for how many, God knows how long, in order to check and see if a rock is going to explode.
Oh, not to me. I wanted you to check one of your men and have one of your units, people you actually trust and you know will not be trying to take
We're
advantage
gonna
of you,
be
to actually take a look. Because if that explodes, everything you're doing here is kind of pointless.
He holds up one finger from him. To be completely honest, if that thing explodes, we can't go anywhere anyway, so it's not a high priority. There's nothing we can actually do anything about.
I look at him and I point out the islands.
Yeah, you want to swim there? Go ahead.
It's an option.
You'll be
Yeah.
dead.
It will be marked. It will be marked down as something to look into. Don't worry, but for now, it's immediate survival.
Perfectly understandable.
We really are looking for food, shelter, but more importantly, we are looking for water. We have a fair supply and stockpile, but it's not going to last us forever. And
Well, if that volcano is dormant, I'm pretty sure a freshwater lake is formed in the crater by now. And it would be a perfectly defensible position to be in that crater.
it's also a fairly long way away for a heavy, dense jungle. If there's a more suitable site closer, I would prefer to look into it.
Of course. I respectfully just nod my head and withdraw.
Okay, he goes back to digging holes to shoot for people to shit in.
No, well, I did my best. I'm gonna go see if I can make a fishing rod.
You catch poo. Ew.
What?
Okay. Wait a minute. I'm trying to think of the list of the things so far I've explained, which I've described as aquatic in this campaign. 20-foot crab, something big enough to be seen from the shore, and a giant bad-tempered fish man.
Oh yeah, and something that was big enough to go through that crab like a hot knife through butter in one go.
Yeah, no, fishing
Giant
sounds
crocodile.
comfortable.
Well, I'm not gonna fucking catch Godzilla, and you know, it's an ecosystem. I have knowledge nature. That means there has to be small things for medium things to eat, which then the big things eat. It's how
Always a
ecology
bigger fish. Always a
Summon
bigger
bigger
fish.
fish.
It's not the Jedi power.
No, it's summon bigger fish, but still. But don't worry, I'm not looking for big fish. I'm looking for small fish. So
Yeah,
you
no,
know, that's perfectly within my rights.
You can probably request one from stores.
I politely request one from McKellen,
Okay, well,
since he's our
he's going to
official
allow
contact.
it simply because he's going to allow you to take one from stores simply because if you are gonna go on a exploratory exposition, then it would be sensible. There's a question: when you're going on, if you are going to go scouting, are you going to bring your cart with you, or are you going to leave it with the store master?
I'm probably going to leave it with the store master and make sure the canvas is tied down and secured with a lock, which I have the key to.
Yeah. I was only asking because
So
if
no
you're
one's going to
try and
steal it.
drag-
Fucking shit.
I was only asking because if you try and drag that through the trees, you're going to have some
Yeah.
issues.
I know. I also make sure to inspect the grass and shrubbery by the edges of the forest.
You
Make sure that's
have-
edible for animals.
Do you have ride?
No,
Okay, so you're
I'm
you're
leaving my horse.
Okay, so you're walking.
He's huffing it.
I'm going to walk down the beach, keeping to the shrubbery.
Okay, which direction?
Over
down
the
the
crag.
So you're going around the footshook.
Yeah.
Okay, it's going to take you roughly about 3, maybe 4 hours to walk there.
Okay, and in the meantime, the night elf is sleeping.
Quite possibly.
What? Why is Night Elf sleeping?
The Dark Elf. This is not WoW.
My apologies. No, she's on. The Dark Elf was on the on an expedition team, so
Oh yeah, she's still
he
out
actually
there.
got assigned to actually having some sleep.
Okay.
So, yeah, and as you are basically a boffin, you've been assigned a guard to like try and keep you alive.
Yeah.
Guess who got volunteered?
The one who's actually meant to be asleep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bugger.
So there you go.
So in other words, I have suddenly been requested to watch over this crazy guy in a mask.
Well, you were kind of hanging around with him on the first day, so yeah. You kind of volunteered via proximity.
I'm not going far.